All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Portland Lumberjacks. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Go.
A second down throw for Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey. We got three. Three down. Here we go, 47.
A give to Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Here we go, 47. Switch, hey. Go, get out there. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Caught on the right side by Adams. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Price. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. In for the score. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd down, Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Here we go, 46. Good. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's pulled in at the 32. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Dancing to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The give is to Elliott. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he finds a man on the crossing route. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now the Packers get set to go. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going right side here, and that's complete. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue, line it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Green, 39!
Back to throw. And Adams has it complete. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play for the Pack on third. 48 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Back to throw now on second and 10. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. He'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Yeah, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
A give to Elliott running left. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
47.
Now Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable third and 7.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Prescott from the gun on third. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On second down, it's Jones. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers add on to their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's James. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Good. Here we go, 46. Here we go, go to 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, 47.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go, 46. Gun. Here you go. 26.
Prescott now on second down. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. First down now, but that clock rolling.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Here we go, 47.
Here's Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
Here we go, count.
So, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And this one's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
26.
Prescott now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. A very solid gain of 27. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And his throw here is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. Let's go, let's finish now. 26.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Gun. Here we go, 46. 26.
Throwing. Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Bullock will put this one through, and they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Back to throw here. The left side throw complete to Adams. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a 1st down. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here we go, 46.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gun. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Switch and 8. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Gun. Here we go, 46. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8.
46, 46.
Now Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He's going to get it running right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to...
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Here we go, 47. 26.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A very solid gain of 27. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep down, and this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. David Irving in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Davante Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's James. Able to spin free. And now running right through it. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. It's coming now.
Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Sua Craven's up to make the stop.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Again, it's Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Here we go. 47, 47. Got it.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he's got a man, complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's James. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Prescott. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here go 46. Switch. Hey. Gun. Gun. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Here we go, 46.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Again, it's Jones. He's still on his feet. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Watch him now, Barney. Gun.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Very quickly here, and that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
They'll go again to Jones. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
Looking to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game I don't see why that trend would change now. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for our visitors, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Portland, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
go.